Before I could even sell a single chorizo, I had to put in 2.5 years plus of just work. And at any point, I could have quit. I could have said, this isn't worth it. This is taking too long. This isn't what I want. This isn't what I envisioned. But, I use my parents a lot as an inspiration, and knowing what they had to go through being immigrants coming to this country. We don't have any family here. Like, all our family's back in Spain, right? Just everything they had to overcome, learning the language, learning the culture, learning customs, all that stuff. The challenges that I had to face, I feel like in relation to what they had to go through is a lot more manageable. And so the fact that I'm even sitting here and I got a dry cured chorizo product out that's being bought, it's being sold, I'm selling it in different parts of the United States, and it says Three Sisters on it, that's incredible. For me, that's really incredible. I'm Jaime Fernandez. I'm the founder of Three Sisters Artisanal Meats, and this is our pitch for the Trailmix Pitch Competition. Good afternoon, judges. My name is Jaime Fernandez. I am the founder and owner of Three Sisters Artisanal Meats, and we are from Boise, Idaho. So to give you a little bit of background on the company itself, my mother and father are from northwestern Spain. They're from the Provincia of León, which is, again, in the northwest corner of the country. They both came to the United States in the 1970s. And when they came, they brought their tradition for making dry-cured Spanish chorizo. This is something that's actually been in my family for generations, going back longer than I think anyone really knows how far back. And I named the company, where the name comes from is, my mother is one of three sisters, and it's really her family that provided the recipe that we use to make our chorizo. And then my father, when he came to California, he was a sheep herder and a cowboy. And the first ranch he worked on in California, in Northern California, where I grew up, was called the Three Sisters Ranch. So it's a combination of honoring my mother, my father, and then also just our family heritage and legacy and being from northwestern León. In terms of what also provided me the inspiration to make this chorizo, growing up, I've been making chorizo my entire life since, honestly, I was about 3 or 4 years old. And living here in the United States and growing up in California, I never really saw the kind of chorizo that reminded me of what we would make at home, or when I would go back to Spain to visit the family, the kind of chorizo that we would enjoy. So I wanted to bring to the United States the most authentic, true to tradition chorizo possible. Being from León, we are actually the ancestral home of chorizo. So this is something that runs really deep in our roots and our culture and our heritage and history. So we take a lot of pride in making sure that we do everything the way that my parents did it, the way my grandparents did it, so on and so forth. So I wanted to bring to the United States market the most authentically Spanish chorizo, but made here in the United States. So what makes this unique and innovative? Number one is our shelf stability. We have a 100% shelf-stable product. It's something that can be, transported cross-country, can be delivered cross-country, can be shipped cross-country. It doesn't require any additional refrigeration or freezer space, which is also great in terms of, being able to place it in a supermarket. Allows for a lot of different diversity in that end. This is a premium product, and with a premium product comes a premium price point. We pride ourselves on making the highest quality, best tasting chorizo in the United States. And because of that, we charge a little bit more than you might, find in a normal grocery store. But the reason for that is because this is an excellent product. We know what we put into it, and we believe that based also on our consumer reviews and the way that our customers have continued to buy our chorizo, they don't mind paying that little bit extra because they know the quality that they're getting. And the third point is that we're an on-trend product. Right now in the United States, charcuterie, especially specialty charcuterie like what we make, is something that is incredibly popular. It's growing as a market. There's been a lot of different ways for for charcuterie to be sold in this country. So we definitely fit in in regard to being part of this growing trend for specialty charcuterie. In terms of why we make a high quality chorizo or what makes our chorizo high quality, number one, we are definitely a natural product. We only make our chorizo with 100% USDA approved pork shoulder and 9 ingredients. And all those 9 ingredients you can pronounce, you know exactly what they are. They all fit on the label. And these are the same 9 ingredients that my parents have always used, my grandparents have always used. So we are very strict in staying with the tradition of our recipe. This is also a specialty product. This is a traditional Northern Spanish style chorizo, but made in the United States. So again, it's a twist on an old favorite is the way that I look at it. But there is no other chorizo right now being made in the United States that uses a traditional Spanish recipe. We're a clean label product. We don't have anything artificial at all whatsoever in our chorizo. There's no nitrites, no nitrates, no potassium. Again, nothing you can't pronounce. So we make the cleanest, most natural chorizo currently on the American market. And we're proudly local. I live right here with my family in Boise, Idaho. I am a Northern California native, but right now our business is headquartered here in Idaho. And that's something that we take a lot of pride in. And we love being part of the Boise food community and food scene. So the current market right now, creative charcuterie last year made over $27 billion in retail sales in the American market. It's a huge market. And it's actually been named a top 10 food trend for this year. It has made almost 16% in dollar gains versus 2019. So we're really catching the wave at the right time in regard to how our product fits into this particular market. Between October 2020 and September of 2021, we produced almost 2,000 links of dry cured chorizo. And the way that we price it is $7 for a wholesale link of chorizo. And for our retail, we retail it on our website for $12.99. So there is, a little bit of variation there. But again, we've done very well in the wholesale market, and we have had some good success within our own retail market. In terms of pricing and placement, again, our wholesale cost is $7 a link, which comes out to $84 per case. There are 12 links in a case. Currently retailing, we have about 5 different retailers who retail in brick and mortar, and they retail it anywhere between $12.99 and $14.99. So what's good about that is that you're getting, I think, a very healthy potential margin, anywhere between $6 to $8 per link in regard to the margin that is available for our chorizo. In terms of production and aging, it takes us anywhere between 35 to 38 days to make, fully cure, package, label, and have a case of chorizo ready. And that's industry standard. And we like having it probably a little closer to 38 days than we do 35, but that's typically our calendar. Where we currently produce our chorizo. We currently produce our chorizo with the Golden Gate Meat Company of Richmond, California. They are a fully licensed USDA facility. In fact, they have a USDA inspector on site 2 to 3 times a week. They're completely HACCP compliant. In fact, I was part of the team that built out and made their charcuterie production room. So I actually have some history with the family and with the facility. They've been very good to me. They've been our home base of operations now since 2018 when we first started producing our fresh chorizo. So they've given us a really good, consistent production capacity. But I'm also looking for new production facilities outside of California. Variety of reasons, but I'd like to actually have it closer to me here in Idaho so I can keep a little better eye in terms of quality control. And also it'll help in terms of our overall price point, margins, helping with costs, that sort of thing. But for now, we're producing in Richmond. They do a great job for us, and we're very happy working with them. So finally, what would a partnership with Albertsons look like for us? Well, first and foremost, I love doing demos. I love going out to the public and having people try our chorizo. When I started the company, again, I've probably done well over 75 demos on my own up and down California, from Napa Valley down to Los Angeles. So I definitely want to be an active partner in terms of being able to get the chorizo out, having people try it, really establish the brand. And this also, I believe, capitalizes on what the market trend is. There is a consumer trend right now for high-end quality charcuterie. And without question, we are high-end quality charcuterie. And I think that ties in also with the idea of trading in and trading up. I know currently Albertsons carries Boar's Head, which is great product, but I think, when they have a look and a feel and a taste of our chorizo, you're going to get customers, slowly trickling over to us, and you're going to see an uptick of people purchasing our chorizo. And finally, we are a premium product. Again, we take a lot of pride in the ingredients that we use. We take a lot of pride in keeping it natural. We take a lot of pride in making the highest quality chorizo on the American market. And we believe that translates to higher margins. But again, we really love the product that we make. And we would love nothing more than an opportunity to work with Albertsons. So with that, thank you very much for your time and consideration. And I am happy to take any questions you might have.
This is Caitlin. Great presentation. You covered a lot of points and you're making me more hungry right now. But my question is, I don't know if I missed this. So you're not in any other retailers, correct?
The only other retailers that we are currently in, we are in a small specialty Spanish food store in the Bay Area called the Spanish Table. They have 3 locations, San Francisco, Berkeley, and Marin County. They've been with us since the beginning. We're also in a delicatessen restaurant where I grew up in Colusa County, California, called Granzella's. And then actually here in Boise, we're at the Bass Market. Which has been a really great fit for us. They've really enjoyed I love working with them. They've been really good cheerleaders for our product, and it seems like their customers have really enjoyed our chorizo.
This is Rachel, and the Basque Market has been a huge success for us at our Market Street stores. So we're very familiar with the partnering with the Basque folks, and your packaging is absolutely gorgeous. What kind of shelf life do you have on your product?
So the shelf life that we have on our product is you're looking at about 4 months unopened for a link of chorizo. If you do open it, the best thing to do is to refrigerate it, but then you're looking at honestly, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So think of it like you would like salami, right? It's the same kind of idea. We might actually have a little less moisture than a traditional Italian salami does, but we have really great shelf life. I've been able to ship via our wholesale. We work with a wholesaler called Mabel online, and I've shipped to North Carolina, Texas, Florida, New York, and have had no issues at all whatsoever in doing it that way. So yeah, the shelf stability has been really great.
And outside of Boar's Head, do you, in the Idaho market for premium chorizo, do you have any other competitors that you guys would compete with?
I would say that honestly, that our main competition comes from Spain. So it's Palacios, it's Fermin, Doña Juana. So when I measure the quality of our chorizo, I measure it against the companies back in Spain, because I feel like that's who I'm really going up against. So in terms of American made, I'll be perfectly honest, I haven't found a true competitor, but it's the Spanish chorizos. And what I think that separates us from the Spanish chorizos and why we would do very well in an American market is because, we are an American-made Spanish chorizo. So you're taking, the best part of northern Spain and you're doing it here with a real northern Spaniard, and the story behind it, and I just think that whole combination, that's what allows us to compete, honestly.
Great job, thank you.
No, thank you very much. And
Nice job.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Hope you enjoy the chorizo. And thank you so much. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Bye.